bubuuin ko rin siya while ako naman pala yung nawawasak.
Here are the realizations that I learned watching Jelay Andres interview with Tony. Ano nga ba ang nangyayari sa mga babae o lalaki after finding out that they have been betrayed through cheating? May pag-asa pa bang maka-bounce back after a betrayal? Let me tell you a story of how Jelay Andres, a Filipino model, actress, and internet personality, coped up with depression and the lessons she was able to learn in the betrayal of her ex-husband. And of course, my own realizations after watching the interview. Finally, Jelay Andres was able to share us her story about sa experience niya na nagkaroon about sa kanyang ex-husband with John Gutierrez through Tony Talks. But let me give you a little bit of context about what really happened. Now, their love story actually started in 2014 when John messaged her after she reposted her viral video. Wala naman talaga siyang gusto nung una until John consistently communicated with her, courted her, and she fell in love.
Every day na kayo mag-uusap, like 5 to 6 months.
Usap na kayo.
Video call kami.
Na-fall ka na dun sa mga conversation nyo na yun. Mapa-fall ka dun. Kasi single ka nun eh. Di ba? So na-fall ka na dun
Natutuwa
sa...
ako.
That time when they were messaging, John was still in the UK. But John made an effort to meet her dito sa Pilipinas in 2015. And then finally, they made it official and got married in 2018. But actually, after a year na mag-boyfriend and girlfriend pa lang sila, she already caught her cheating. And eventually, they broke up and that led her to spiral down to depression. Her ex-husband's series of betrayal led to the end of their relationship and marriage. And because of that, it cost Jelay tremendous emotional hurt, mental stress, and lose her sense of self-worth. But you know what? Despite of what happened, pinatawad pa ni Jelay ang ex-husband niya even despite of multiple times being caught. Saya naman daw siya sa relasyon nila. It's just that blinded nga lang siya. Then one day, Jelay came into a realization and told herself, enough is enough. She woke up one day, told herself, it's time to let go. Basically, those are just the context that I wanted you to understand. And here are some of the things that Jelay said, basically we can learn a lot from. Real talk.
Marami akong paghihirap na pinagdaanan pero lagi kong nilalaman kasi pilit kong binubuo yung sarili ko. Bubuuin ko rin siya while ako naman pala yung nawawasak.
Most of the time, we tend to stay in a relationship kasi binubuo natin yung partner natin but at the expense of us getting destroyed. That is something that you have to really put in your hearts. That somehow, if a relationship that you're trying to build is destroying you, this is a relationship that you don't really want it to be in. And most of the time, just because we have pure hearts and we think that relationship is about sacrifices, that we think that it's the right thing to do. That's the reason why your relationship with that person can never be whole. Kasi sa kakapilit mong buuin, ikaw naman yung nawawasak.
Bakit ka nag-yes? Kahit na may history ng cheating.
Blame it to the goodness of our heart. Somehow, when we try to forgive, we have the notion of thinking na okay lang yun. Jelay was basically is trying to push at nilalaban niya yung relationship by trying to forgive and also forget. Wala ako sa posisyon na magmamalinis because I was also one of those people who caused trauma to someone because I betrayed them. I betrayed their trust. And I'm glad those people forgave me. Pero in this statement, Tony, I think, is trying to let us understand by just a simple question. Bakit ka nag-yes kahit na may history ng cheating? Well, basically, this should serve as a lesson na hindi ko sinasabing hindi ka dapat magpatawad. Kasi ayos lang yun. Pwede ka magpatawad. Lalo na pag may kasalanan yung taong mahal mo. May mga bagay na pwede pang isalba, pero may mga bagay na dapat alam natin kung kailan sabihin natin sa sarili natin na ayawan na.
Pero bigla na lang ako gumising na ate na parang, ay, ba't hindi ako galit? Ayoko nang gumanti. Ayoko nang hindi na ako galit. Bigla na lang. Hindi ko alam bigla.
This is something that I want people to understand regarding healing. Now, most of the time, we think as if we are in a specific spot na sa tingin natin hindi na natin kayang alisan, hindi na natin kayang takasan. Pero sa totoo lang, everything heals, including that heart of yours. Despite of all those pain, those anger, those resentment, isang araw, magigising ka na lang, hindi ka na galit, na ayaw mo nang gumanti. And that is an indication that you know, bilang isang tao who's trying to recover from the hurt and tremendous pain, that you're healed. Pag nag-heal ka na, magigising ka na lang isang araw at marirealize mo parang wala na.
pag gusto ni God na i-let go mo yung someone, ito lagi isip ko, let go mo yung someone, pero ni-refuse mo, hahayaan niya na masaktan ka ng masaktan para wala ka ng ibang choice kundi i-let go yung tao.
I think we just have to open our hearts. Na baka Diyos na nagsasabi sa atin, kailangan nating maramdaman sakit na yan para ma-realize natin na yung taong kala natin ay para sa atin, mensahe na pala ng Diyos na kailangan na natin siyang bitawan.
Hindi yung matutulog ka ng gabi, iiyak ka. Mas okay na yung mag-isa na lang ako pero hindi ako umiiyak.
Kung sakaling nakadepende yung kaligayahan mo sa tao na yun, dun mo marirealize na napaka-fragile pala ng kaligayahan mo sa buhay. Kasi nakadepende lang yan dun sa taong yun. When Jella Andre said na mag-isa na lang ako, pero hindi na ako umiiyak, that is one of the great indication where sometimes we just have to learn how to be alone first so that a companion is just an option but never a necessity.
Ang galing.
Simula nung okay na ako, nagbe-birthday yan ako. Kasi parang pinanganak ako ulit na sobrang saya ko.
Most of the time, parang pakiramdam niya that there was a rebirth because the realization of the things that we needed to learn from the mistakes that we did through pain is something that not most people are able to realize. At gusto kong sabihin sa iyo ngayon, na katulad ni Jelay, marami siyang pasakit at paghihirap na napagdaanan. Pero sa totoo lang, kailangan mo yon para ma-realize mo yung mga bagay na dapat mong matutunan, na dapat mong sabihin sa sarili mo, ito yung mga bagay na kailangan mo para makita yung tunay na kaligayahan, which is finding it within yourself, sa sarili mo.
Nung sinimulan mong mahalin yung sarili mo, nabuo ka ulit. Hindi mo pala kailangan ng pagmamahal ng isang lalaki para mabuo ka.
Tama.
What did I say? The only way for you to really propel yourself to a level where you don't need someone to make you happy is to realize in the first place na hindi mo pala kailangan ng ibang tao para maging masaya. And that once you really find true value of oneself, self-worth, your value, malalaman at marirealize mo na ikaw din pala mismo yung taong kayang pasayahin yung sarili mo at hindi mo na pwedeng iasa yon sa kanya. The reason why we tend to cling for something that we should have let go is because we think that the person that we're trying to hold on to is the only person that could make us happy. Siya lang yung taong makakapagparamdam sa akin ng ganitong klaseng bagay. Siya lang yung taong magbibigay sa akin ng kaligayahan at hindi ko na to makikita sa iba. And hence, isa sa mga dahilan yon kung bakit ayaw nating bitawan, ayaw nating talikuran kasi takot tayo na baka hindi na tayo maging masaya kailanman. But once you realize the trick of self-love, once you realize that somehow hindi mo kailangan ng ibang tao para maging masaya ka muna sa sarili mo, at kung sakaling na-realize mo to dati, hindi ka magsistick sa taong nagbibigay sa'yo ng mga bagay na hindi mo deserve. I want you to understand, ikaw na nanonood ngayon, that the realization of Jelay gives us a lot of understanding. At yung sinabi ni Tony, not trying to wait for someone na buuin tayo. Because that's our responsibility within ourselves na dapat tayo mismo ang bubuo ng sarili natin is what would make you go through any kind of relationship in a different perspective. Kaya madalas, hindi tayo minamahal ng taong mahal natin kasi di din pala natin mahal yung sarili natin. And how can you expect someone to love you if you can't even love you?
On the graves, in the cracks of 1,000 leaves, somewhere in between.
Mamamatay ka. We are all gonna die. So why would you waste time on people who doesn't want to be in your life? Napakahirap tanggalin nung nararamdaman natin doon sa taong gusto nating makasama pero wala na sila, umalis na sila. Most of the time, one of the reasons as to why we're still chasing because we don't know what we deserve. You can never forget right away, but you can control what you think. There is never really a certain way for you to forget what you feel with someone because feelings, specifically love, is not like a switch that you can turn on and off right away. So, minsan, iniisip natin, bakit ganon? 1 month na, bakit hindi ko pa rin siya makalimutan? Bakit siya ang bilis niyang makalimot? And that gives us further hurt in ourselves. But at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself that you can never really forget right away. Well, you can if you jump into one relationship to the other, which I don't really advise because hindi mo talaga hinihil yung sugat mo. You're just trying to divert the attention that you have. Most of the time, nare-realize mo na hindi ka pa pala talaga healed doon sa previous relationship. So, having an expectation that you can never really forget what you feel right away is already a therapy for yourself. At hindi din ibig sabihin hahayaan mo na lang yung sarili mo na malugmok sa ganyang klaseng sitwasyon. Think about this. Hindi ko sinasabi na you can never really forget right away na hindi mo talaga sila makakalimutan. You will in due time. What I'm just trying to tell you is that at this specific time, just give yourself an opportunity to really heal. Dapat may gagawin ka din. And how? By controlling what you think. Most of the time, we are really slave of our emotion. I want you to really reflect on those worst decisions that you made. What was the driving factor why you made that wrong decision? You had a strong emotion at that time and you acted with it. Galit ka, naiinis ka, ang dami namang red flag, but just because you were so happy at that time, you said yes. It was all because of emotion. Bad emotions. Human beings are able to make wrong decisions always if the decision is based on strong emotion. If you can control your emotion, this is a major hack in your life that would allow you to propel further than people who's slave by their emotions. Isa sa mga realizations ko is that meditation, my friends, you have to understand that this helps you control what you think. You focus on your breathing. You focus on your environment. You can actually hack your brain not to overthink. Kasi minsan, what we feel is what causes the emotion to steer something inside of us. Na okay ka naman, tapos bigla mo siyang naalala, nagda-down na agad yung mood mo. Your mind is digging into the past. You keep on thinking on the things that was gone. If you know how to do meditation, you can pull your head out and then you remove yourself from thinking outwards and you focus on you. Mindfulness meditation, it allows you to take control of your emotion. And this has been an ancient technique that even